In this lesson, we're going to revisit the data link layer. And the data link layer is actually the first layer where devices receive an address. This layer defines how data is formatted for transmission and how access to the network is controlled. And this is the layer that switches operate at. So let's explore that further. At layer 2, we communicate with frames. What is a frame? A frame is like an envelope. And in order to deliver that envelope to another computer, we need to know the address. And that address comes in the form of what we call a MAC address. A MAC address, or Media Access Control Address, is a unique address that all the devices on a network use to identify themselves. Every device has one, whether it's a laptop, a router, or an iPhone. That address usually comes from the network interface card. So when a network interface card is shipped to you, or you buy a new laptop with a network interface card in it, it usually contains what we call a burned-in MAC address that until previously you couldn't really change. Now with the advent of a lot of the virtualization technologies, those addresses have to be virtual and can be changed. But previously, it was tied to a specific piece of hardware, and in a lot of cases still is. This network interface card has special circuitry built into it to not only allow it to connect to the network physically, in this case it's through unshielded twisted pair cabling, which would plug into the wall and in turn plugged into the switch. If we take a deeper look at the MAC address, we will see that it's made up of a 48-bit address. That 48-bit address is split into two parts. The first half is an Organization Unique Identifier, or an OUI. That OUI represents the company that made that network device or network card that is attaching to the network. So for instance, Cisco has at least one OUI. So when you see that OUI, you know that's a device made by Cisco. The second half, or the second 24 bits, is supposed to be a unique part of the address that is unique to that network card or device attaching to the network. So the first half tells you where it's from, and in combination with the second half, together that address uniquely defines that device on the network.